morning. My topic is about a generation of a high impulse current. What is impulse current? The lighting discharge involves both while the lighting it discharge both the high voltage impulsion and high current impulsion on transmission lines. Protection gear like a sludge director there are a discharge the lighting current without the damages. For producing the impulse current, the large value, the blank of capacity connected in the parallel are charged a specified value and are discharged to a series or in circuit. By using this equation, we can find it. Im is equal to V exponential minus alpha t sine omega t by omega L. Triggering and controlling of impulse generation. In large impulse generator, the spark gap are generally a spherical gap or a gap from by atmospheric electrode, and then the gap are arranged such the spark of one gap is resulted in automatic spark of another gap as over the voltage is impressed on the other. In order to have a consistent sparking irritation, for ultraviolet lamp is provided from the bottom all the gap. To trip the generator at a predetermined time, the spark gap may be movable frame. The gap direction is reduced by moving the movable electrode close. This method is difficult and does not assume a consist and a controlled lead tapping. A simple method of controlled tapping consists of making the first gap and firing it from a control source. The first stage of impulse generation is filled with a 3 electrode gap, and the certain electrode is mounted at a potential is between the top and between the electrode with a resistor R1 and R2. The tripping is initialized by applying a pulse to cross the switch. This circuit is now explained. The capacity C is provided an exponential decaying pulse of a positive polarity. The pulse goes and initiated the oscillation time base, hence the voltage between the control gap goes above its spark potential and gap contaction. The time log required for a tireless firing and breakdown of a 3 electrode gap ensures that the swapped circuit. The oscillation began before starting the impulse generator voltage. The R1 resistor to ensure the development of a voltage oscillation produced at the smart gap. Entering the oscilloscope to the common trip circuit, the 3 electrode gap required a large space and the electrode construction. Trigger gap. Nowadays, triggeration gap is used and this requires much small voltage for operation to the 3 electrode gap. A trigger gap consists of high voltage spherical electrode of a suitable steps and an earthen main electrode of spherical shape and trigger electrode to the main electrode. Tripping circuit using a trigger reaction. The trigger electrode is a metal with an annual clearance of about 1 millimeter filled with the main electrode through the brushing. The trigger is continuous to the pulse circuit. Tripping of impulse circuit is effective by the trip pulse which provide a spark between the trigger electrode and earth. Due to the space charge effect and distortion of a field in a main gap, spark over the main gap occurs. Thus we saw about thus we saw about the generation of high impulse current. Thank you.